Hello, FPL managers. You are welcome to another edition of your favorite FPL Ambassadors show. And finally, we are back, Charlie. After a short break, technical break, but Charlie, Roland, how are you today, Charlie? Today, I am super
I'm
excited.
doing
Charlie,
good.
how are
I'm
you,
good.
Roland?
Good. How are you?
Charlie, I'm fine by God's grace. Oh, Charlie,
It
some
hasn't been easy,
unexpected.
but
Oh,
we did.
Charlie, we did for boys cry. We did for boys cry. So, we just want to say to our cherished, loyal viewers and audience who have been looking forward to this, Charlie. We have been trying to bounce back. I think I've tried on 3 different occasions. One, the laptop was for just 5 minutes to time. One, schedules and stuff. But Charlie, the most important thing that we are back, and FBL is back, Charlie. Charlie Roland, how has FBL been in this one? I think it's been like a 5 to 8 week absence, but
We
we're
are in the
speaking to you guys
dying
on Twitter
embers of
and on Facebook.
yeah. I mean, we are in the dying embers of the season. It's been a
Okay,
roller coaster of a ride.
okay,
I think
sure.
that the double game weeks, unlike previous ones, have been more scheduled and given surprise after surprise. You know, the usual suspects are still delivering, like Salah, Haaland. It hasn't been bad. It's been players who have been popping up like Isaac and Cole. We'll get to that portion, but I think that so far, so end of the season, and we'll have another time for us to refuel and get back for upcoming season. So it's been good. How about you?
Charlie, you know me. After the World Cup, before the World Cup, I was around 2 million worldwide, and I had to go on an FBO sabbatical, which you and my wife disagreed with. I don't know how you and my wife planned to bring me back from FBO sabbatical. We were supposed to be 3 weeks for me to just come 1 week before the World Cup in Gameweek 16, and then I took that one full 1 month break for the World Cup. And when I came back, I said I need to make this is the season. My target was top 100K, and I think I'm on course. I'm around 200K. So just these 3 games. If I get there, that will be my best FPL season ever. Even better than the season whereby I won the whole of Ghana and I was reigning the country as well. So I think it has been good so well. Just that, Charlie, game week 35. How was it? It was a very low average scoring week, but Charlie, what happened? What happened? How did things get
I
spoiled?
think
Speak to us.
Mahrez
Tell
was
us.
the highlight of the game week for that week.
Uh-huh.
I believe we were looking out for early team news. I wasn't even
Okay.
available. I think you called me. I even thought that the deadline was 1:30, but you called me to inform me that it was oh my
So
Dakar. So I I think that the week wasn't too good of a week. When you look at Totti outscoring players, you look at the other players who were top. They weren't really players that were much owned, by most FPL managers. But I think that I'll take the Jamie Mares pick. My pick was Foden, but I think that
okay.
when we spoke, I had the impression that Mares was starting, and I wasn't too sure if Foden wasn't. So
Okay.
I also went ahead with Mares, only for me to get to know after deadline that you didn't even know that Mares was starting. But it's just one of those picks, and
Is that
it
a
managed to
thing?
help.
True.
I mean,
Sure.
I think that how do you call it? Wilson will not start against Arsenal, but I felt with it that he would start. And usually when he starts, he does well. But unfortunately, he didn't have the game that he was supposed to have. So I'll just take the -4 on the chin. But at least it's good that I've done the Wilson move. Other than that, I would have, been thinking about what to do this week. And I think it solves one of the problems. So how about you?
Sure.
How did your game week go?
Yes. Before I continue, we have 3 of our viewers who are here in our midst. Charlie, please let's hear from you. We are glad to have you back. Good evening. The class captain is also here. Good evening, managers. Matthew.
What is GH?
We salute as well. So my game week also went as we were saying. So we're looking at predictions. So what I did was I took a -4 to take out Madison, and I think Madison and I think Madison and Watkins. Yes, and Madison wanted to show me. He wanted to show me something. He wanted to. I think he had 9 points, but you see, he had been in my team for about close to 8 weeks. He has done nothing. The week I sold him, and I told that, hey, Maris is my guy since 2015, 2016. So also Maris, when I buy him, it's two things: either Pep bench him or he'll do me good. So Maris just covered me on the Madison side. But the good thing for me was that the very sad thing was Alvarez. Alvarez was looking to Charlie, the guy Brown as but Charlie. It's all good. It's all good for us. So I think the main surprise were the Monday games, whereby there was 5-3, Fulham 5, Leicester 3, Brighton lost 5-1. No, you go and check the goals. No Mitoma goal, no match. Oh, Charlie. Hey, but Charlie, it's all part of it. These are the reasons why we enjoy FPL and we play along with that. So I think that's it there as well. So as for it, the league they have closed it. So but you can still subscribe to the channel because you normally close at Gameweek 30. So Roland, tell us about the
we're saying that some of the matches were fixed. That's it's how
it's true. But some of these things, they are all
speculation. So let's go on to my point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we look at for goalkeeper, I've gone for Steele. Bar last or this week's crumbling, I think Steele has done well over the period that he's taking over from Sanchez, and for me, it's a no-brainer because it's a double game week. You need a double game week keeper. Two of his games are games that are tough, so I expect him to make save points rather than clean sheets. The options we have are Pope and Steele, and the underlying numbers for Newcastle are still great, even though they are conceding 1 goal here, 2 goals there. I think that it makes more sense for a keeper who would be able to have more than enough save points to be my keeper than a keeper who would, save maybe 2 or 3 shots and concede only 1. So that is the angle that I've come from. And Trent, since he's moved into the midfield position, he's looked really dangerous. Do you want to say something?
I'm saying you are trying to tease Edison. Yati. So
Edison he's been very worrisome. I mean, 1 shot, 1 goal, 1 shot, 1 goal. But I mean, I owned him in the double game week, and it pissed me off so much. The game in which he didn't play, that was a game that they had a clean sheet. The one that they played in, he got a useless yellow card, and he considered just the 1 shot on target. So infuriating. But anyway, we move. So for defender, I've gone for Trent. Like I was saying, since he moved into the midfield position, I think that his different, his strengths have come to the fore in terms of his crosses, his passes. They've been spot on, and I think he shows a different array of crosses and passes, and his talent is there for all to see. I think that you even be able to save, Liverpool some money, to get a midfielder with the way Thiago is getting injured and all of that. Him moving into midfield will help. He's taken up more or less the Cancelo role kind of play from Manchester City, and I think that it's boding well for him. So I've gone for Trent. I think last match he missed a gilt edge chance. I think he had an opportunity to shoot on goal and went just off target. And I think that assist potential is there. So clean sheets, I don't really look at that when I'm looking at a defender. But miraculously, they got a clean sheet against which team against Brentford. But going against Leicester, I think they'll concede. Leicester scores goals, even though they concede. Leicester will also score. But I'm looking at an open game where he would have the opportunity to create more assists and maybe even score a goal. So that's what I'm looking at. Midfield, I've gone for Salah. I think that Salah is coming back on form. Yes, I mean, he's been scoring 1 goal project. Matthews GH is saying that I should stop talking about Pep because he's messing up my heart. Well, Pep, some people wish that he was fired. And I think that
Some people
it's
like me
one of the
wanting
things
fired.
that, yes, so so it's interesting. People are talking about Matthews GH is talking about Gameweek 35 being fixed. To me, it wasn't fixed. It's just some propaganda going around. The EPL is such that people become complacent. Brighton felt that facing Everton was a done deal for them, and that is the mistake. And any team that usually concedes a goal very early in the game struggles throughout the game. So they conceded in the 34th second of the game. I watched that game myself, and nothing showed
Okay.
from start to finish that it was a fixed game. I think that Mitoma lost the ball. The Calvert-Lewin moved into the penalty box, gave a cross to Decore. He scored. There is nothing to show from that game. I watched the highlights of the Fulham game as well. They are just high scoring. It's against the Monday principle that I have that Mondays they don't score that many goals. But I mean, it's just there. These are relegation battling teams, and they know that they are coming to the squeaky bum time of the season, so they have to perform. So it won't surprise me that Leicester can even score Liverpool. You get it? It's just some of those things that can happen. But Liverpool too in this form will be difficult. But Leicester needs the points more than Liverpool need the points. You get it? So it won't surprise me that game too is a high scoring game. Then I'm looking at Ford Wilson. I mean, everyone's mind is on Isak. I remember last season when we had analytics versus Grass FC. Some of us went for King over Dennis. Some of us went for Dennis over King. Dennis got a red card in that game. All those things they are the toss of a coin. So you are not really able to tell who would make it. But moving forward, we'll be able to share options with managers if they feel they can go that way, double Newcastle attack instead of defense, go for a midfielder instead of whatever it is, we'll discuss it. Now, my differential players and Siso, I think he did marvelously well. The game week in which I own him, I had points sat on the bench, and I think that it was rather disappointing. But it was all good. I think Enciso will get one game to play. Definitely, he'll play one game because Brighton, where they are, they can't really move up, they can't really move down. You give them the
Yeah.
opportunity to perform. Yeah, so then, captain, I've gone for Isak. So these Isak, I mean, that is it. So Isak, everyone knows why we are going for Isak. So if you have anything you want to also share, you can go ahead and share with us, Raymond.
Okay, I think I'll in doing mine. I'll also make some points of yours, but I think your points are very well. The differential players where now almost all the teams are very similar. So it's in the differential player that you can be able to gain that extra point here or there. So managers should watch out for. Make sure you're having one panty player in your team just in case it does well, and you can be able to move on there. So my team is over here. So I am going with the gear. As for Wolves, I don't know what is wrong with them. When they are away from home, they don't want to score goals, and this like they to do all they do is they keep clean sheet at home, and they'll score one goal and win the match. I don't know where they learn that magic from. Do you know that Wolves has more clean sheet than Arsenal and City? I think since December or so. I think across the whole season or so. So for Wolves, they are not scoring their goals and they are not in the relegation battle again because of how good their defense has been at home. But then my point is that the guy is going to the gym. The guy is getting points via saves as well. And then the defender, almost everyone has a defender of let's say, sorry, Trippier, one Newcastle defender. But having the second Newcastle defender would be a very key point this week. So the second one, based on how your budget is, whether you go for sharp or a goal scoring attempt and goal scoring threat, or you go an attacking threat, or you go with the Ben and Botman for budget reasons. That is what you should look at. And it's true that against Leeds they might concede, and against Brighton they might, but at least they might give you one clean sheet in one, or one clean sheet in one, and then one assist somewhere because Leeds concede goals via set pieces as well. So they're having Trippier and then maybe Shah is heading or maybe Botman is heading, then you are quite good to go over there. Then Mitoma, Charlie, Sorry. I have a very terrible headache today. Now, Mitoma is junior son. His goal scoring progress is so very good. You know, he's always over performing this SG. You know, Son has that thing. When Son is on the form of his life, one shot, one goal, one shot, one goal. Among the Brighton guy, hey, Solly match is so hey, the guy can waste chances. So why is he Higuain's junior brother or what? Ah, I can't imagine this baby for us and wash back. Mitoma gets one goal. So me, when I don't look at the SG again, now first the SG
one of Darwin.
So now I don't look at the SG again. I'll choose Mitoma for a match. If like give match 4 chances, I don't care. I'll just take Mitoma 1 chance and take the 1 goal. So that is it. Now with captaincy, I'm going with with forward. I'm going with Isak. Now, as you said, Isak and Wilson are just like the analytic boys, Emmanuel Dennis and then Josh King. Just that these are higher grade players. These are not the those our low level players who can give us minus. All shout outs to Josh King and then Emmanuel Dennis of last season. Analytic FC and then how do you call it? Grass FC. But the good thing is that these are now the differential player. The differential player for this week, Alvarez. Now the point is, it's possible Pep might bench Haaland this week. It's possible he might not bench him. But let's try and gauge his first tomorrow.
I don't see him benching Haaland.
Okay, why? Why?
You know, because Haaland did nothing against Real Madrid. He didn't make any sprints. Rudiger didn't afford him any opportunity to do anything. So you can't tell me that he's tired or you get injured during the Everton game.
Pep says he knows what he's going to do in the second leg. Don't forget to.
Oh, trust me, there is no way he's going to bench Haaland. Because you see, that's why we always find it. And this is the most dangerous part of the season. If you feel like he'll bench Haaland, so I'm also benching Haaland. That is the mistake that I think that managers will make this week. And if he's to bench Haaland, that's fine. I'll raise up my hand and say that, okay, you know what, I got it wrong. But so far throughout the season, he's proven me wrong time and time again.
Not bad. Okay, but
so that is about it. I think I saw a question from Matthews GH saying that he wants to drop Watkins and Jota for Isak and Wilson. I'll go ahead and do it.
That's all. Is very high. That's all. Don't overthink it, cry. Don't overthink it, cry. And you shouldn't overthink it, cry. That's all. Certain things will have. Would you be Brian? I just wasting time because this is their week. They are playing 4 games, and these guys are playing 2 games. Even for -4, do it. If next week you can find a way around the challenge, and next week they are facing Leicester as well, so it's not like a very bad thing as well. And the guys are on form. The way they are scoring 5-5-1, 5-1, even though they don't score recently match, the team is now not that they are prime, but they are now scoring goals for fun. They are more concerned about attack than defense. So double Newcastle attack is surely a way to go for this week as well. So I agree with you about Haaland not being benched because the game was on Tuesday. This game is on Sunday, and then the Madrid game is on Wednesday. Now from Tuesday to Sunday, it's enough time for Haaland to rest. For the Haaland and Co to rest. So you play Haaland maybe 45 minutes, and then Alvarez come and play second half, and then he'll bench him for sub him for the 3 days, and they are in England, so they don't need to travel for the second leg. So, but it's here. Just see what Pep would say, and then look at it and make your call. But as I said, me last week I bought Alvarez. I bought Alvarez because I said that if Alvarez comes second half he can do something, and I'll take that second half point. 5 minutes than to have some players like formerly Emmanuel Dennis or just killing my team. So Captain Wilson, I'm going with Wilson because now Eddie Howe is playing the 3 guys. He's playing Jacob Murphy, Isak, Flangin, and Wilson. So Wilson's the main guy in the middle, and Wilson takes penalties. So I think that over the 2 games, if a penalty will come, Wilson might get it. Even though the points might be very similar, as you said, if you think about it too much, grab yourself identical. It would be how I just choose the one you want. I want my captain as Wilson. I want to say that I've also done the move for both of them as much. Charlie Roland, Matthew is really, really flying this year. When we get to the league table, you see where Matthew is in FPL this thing. He's really, really doing well. He's actually showing us that he's a class superstar as well. Then so now this is a wild card. You know, some managers still have their bench boost, so they might be wild carding this week. So I just made a quick wild card team to help them. Now, if a manager has this wild card team, the plan about this wild card team, you're going to bench boost next week, but you also need to profit this week. So if you need to profit this week, what you need to do is that you need to still have a good blend of Brighton players and then Newcastle players. So double Newcastle attack, and so triple Newcastle, but double in attack. You have triple Brighton, but then you have still in goalkeeper because you need a steal points next week because you have a double. Your bench keeper should be good. De Gea has a double. Dalot has a double. Trent doesn't have a double, but Newcastle and the games are quite good there. So now I've kept Martinelli. Boys should not sell the Arsenal guys. Don't sell your Arsenal guys for the double gaming players because even though Arsenal have those games, Arsenal will still be scoring goals. They'll be scoring 2 or 3 goals. So if you have Martinelli or they cannot be sending them to say, well, sell other players. Now, my other plan for this is that I'm saying that because of the Brighton roulette, that's why I'm not going double in midfield. I don't know who did he go and see Pep or what? Where from this kind of roulette, yeah, yes, sir. At the 10 bank, no. Okay, you the Jan, sir. So now the point is, though it's a wild card, this is what I'm saying. If you think that Pep might play Alvarez, then you can play Alvarez. You can do the wild card and have the enough money for Alvarez to Haaland in the bank next week. So that then next week you can buy Alvarez. You can buy Haaland for Alvarez. Or maybe if you think Pep will play Mahrez instead of Grealish, then you can play Mahrez this week instead of. But all of this, you have to look at how the week will go, and then we can determine how Pep will go will do it for us in FPL. But this is the wild card team. Roland, what do you think about it? Do you think it's okay for managers who will bench boost in double game with 37? Because managers should know you cannot play 2 chips in 1 week. So those who want to wild card next week, you cannot bench boost next week as well. If you have forgotten. Roland, what do you say about this team?
Yeah, it looks good. Roland. How much money do you have in the bank?
Shit.
Okay, so it looks good, and I think that we can. It's a maintainable team because you're looking ahead for the bench boost in 37. So I'd rather maintain this team. Have 2 City, have 3 Newcastle. You can easily change a Wilson to an Alvarez if you want to for the double game week. You can, maneuver your way around. I think that the defense is okay. I mean, the whole team is set. So if you want to just bench boost next week, you would have at least 1 player that you can change and just keep moving. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that is the most available or the best alternative to any other you can get. Second to none, I think.
Sure. Okay, that's good then. Then let's move to your team this week. What are you doing? This is your team. What are you doing?
I think I've had the only dilemma for me. I wanted to take a -8.
Hey, blah.
I wanted to bring in McAllister. I wanted to bring in McAllister, Isak, and Rashford. I think that the game against Wolves will be a good game for United, like it was for Brighton. Even though we are in a bad patch right now, I think that it's one of the games that could be very high scoring, and not owning either Bruno or Rashford could cost you your season, especially looking at where I am in my mini leagues. So if that be the case, I wouldn't mind taking a -8. Now, if I don't take a -8, I'm stuck between Martinelli and Mahrez. Who do you think I should bench and who do you think I should start? Because Brighton goes against Arsenal away, and they don't do too well away. And then Mahrez goes away to Everton. Man City does well home and away. but as to whether Mahrez will start. And Mahrez doesn't look like scoring of late. When you watch the highlights from game, he looks more like the assister. He's not taking as many more shots as he used to before. So I'm torn between the two. So if you were to pick between Martinelli and Mahrez, who would you pick to start?
Martinelli is as short of a start. Mahrez start is 50-50. Number two, Martinelli is scoring goals. Mahrez is giving an assist. It's very clear. Martinelli over Mahrez.
Okay.
That's my take.
What came to mind was that because Trossard was playing against his old team, I felt that maybe Martinelli will be benched for Trossard. What do you think about that too?
And that is also there, but you see,
Saka is a mainstay. There is no way that Saka will be benched.
Sure. I get that, but you see, the fact of the matter is, even though we're left with just 3 games, watch, anything can happen. Arsenal are not ready to take those chances. So what they need to do is that they need to make sure that just in case City slip, they are there. Because it's much more painful for them if in case City slip and they were not ready to take the chance. You remember the 2012 season when United and then City were going on the run. United were in the lead for a while, about 5 or 6 games, and then they slipped against the Wigan game, and then they do everything to Everton, and then by density we're still winning. That's where they were able to come into it. So that is it. So they will still be there, and I'm not sure. And it's even nicer when it's coming onto the pitch, and then they are clapping for him as a sub. Sometimes that one also works. It's not always that he has to come off as well. So I think Martinelli will surely play, and I will take a more certain Martinelli over Mahrez, because we all cannot tell what Pep will do. Pep might say, okay, let me play the strong team because they have rested for about 5 games from Tuesday to Sunday, so that they can have the energy. And then first up, I mentioned the key ones, so that they have the on form. Because sometimes Pep says that sometimes he will choose rhythm over fitness, because if their rhythm is there, then they can play better when they meet the better game as well. So, Charlie, Martinelli take it from my side.
All right. Okay. All right. So that's about it for my team.
I think you are good to go. So I'll show you my team. In fact, we're trying to get Alex, but Alex says that he was caught up with work, so he wasn't able to join. But Alex and then Precious might try and join us next week. So our final 2 shows will have to be very, very big for boys as well. So this is my team, Charlie. When I see the team, I'm like, wow. And you know the very funny thing. Anytime I see my team and I say, wow, the team underperforms. so my point is that no, they will not that they will not do well. They will do well, but not to my high expectations. You know, when my double game with 34 was 34, we played the free hit. The free hit was 34, right? 34, right? The free hit team. It was like, wow, this team's about 200 points. I said, 200 points about you. But the end of 157, which was still very good. I was expecting 150 plus, but 157 was still good for us. Well. But this Jesus, I'm not even paying. I bought my bench for 3 weeks. I bought really pay for you, but Charlie. How do you know it's not this Kafra? Sorry, okay. So this is my team. I did a -4 on Saturday night because Wilson and then Isak were all rising in price, and I had only 0.1 in the bank. So if they all root, I would have been locked out. I didn't want it because they had all. My bench was such that even if one of them got injured on Sunday, I could still manage and play without them. And so I took the and my fingers were crossed on Sunday when they were playing that game. Actually, no injury, and there was no injury as well. So this is my team. I'm captaining Wilson. Isak is my advice, but I'll go and check the chances considered trade and see which side leads and then Brighton. Brighton, I know they concede across the left wing, center, and then the right wing, but I don't know for Leeds. So where they concede most will tell me which of them to captain. But I think our captain mostly called the penalty threat, the penalty duties as well. But this is my team. Now my challenge is I want to bring Mahrez into the team, but it's a time clause between Mahrez and then Haaland. As you are saying, Haaland might play. So if Haaland is there, Mahrez might be on the bench, but McAllister is playing at the back, but it's 2 games. At least if he does not do anything, it's 4 points. If Mahrez does not do anything, it's 2 points. Charlie, now where I am, 2 points is very valuable to me. It can move me from one to the other. So I think I'll keep it like Mahrez on the bench, and I'm praying that Haaland has no play so that Mahrez I'm playing that. Haaland has not played, so
No,
that Mahrez will come
yeah, it
and
makes
play.
sense. You get it. You see, it's a coin toss. So yes, yes. So if Haaland doesn't start, Haaland is not playing at all. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's true.
Because he will not be needed in the game.
Sure.
They will definitely outscore Everton. You get it. Even if Everton is to score, I don't think that you'll be risky. You'll start him unless for him. Then that one is fine. Haaland, so you get it.
Sure. So this is my team. I'm playing Martinelli, and I think I'm good to go. Next week, when we get to next week, we'll think about it. But my transfer planner is just being updated. So that is my team. Charlie, boys, this week I want to move into 100K. Do the job for me. 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 Do the job for me this week. Okay, Charlie. Okay. So as Matthew has been saying, Charlie, Matthew, before we went on the break, was not in the top 10, but the guy has forced eye, has come to enter the top 10. Yeah, class difference. No, class difference. No, Charlie. The guy is what the copite. He's a strong Liverpool guy. He says he's 3 points behind Charlie. Roland, watch out to if Matthew pass you, the way Matthew will tease you next week, Charlie. You have to watch out. So
Charlie.
That's with match. Yes, but Alex is on top. Alex is on top. Happy Days FC, and then forever. There's a very keen battle in the top 3. Let's say top 4. Marlvin is also like within that because it's just about how many points? Just 14 points between the top 4. As for us down here, maybe we can have we can be dark horses, but Charlie is between these 4 guys. Marlvin, you have to win for us. So Charlie, yeah, we need the team for us. Let's make noise. That Charlie, we have won our own team, but maybe we'll give the prize to the second person. And then Arku is at 10th, and then there are other guys. There are other Ignite the Fire, Evans, and other guys. So Charlie, let's see who will win. Let's see who. And I like this year. This year the competition is very close. It's not because of how they have all been captain Haaland. That's why the points are so very close. So somebody saying that next season Haaland should get injured so that we can captain different players. Boys look good. So that is it. So if you want to wild card, you have told you what to do. If you have your triple captain, don't use it this week. You can use it next week because then City will have 2 games, and then by then the Champions League final will be far away, and Pep will play all his 2 guys because he needs to do the job there. But if you are very confident, you can play on either Isak or Wilson. But I think that City is more assured than any of the other teams as well. So Roland, any key thing? Managers, any question? I think he asked about. So I spoke about the Jota and then Watkins. If you have if somebody has Kane, should they still keep Kane, or you think they can sell him?
Kane is a steady Eddie, right? So you look at your team and feel that if for the next 3 games he can outscore. Who does Spurs play? They play Aston Villa. That's a dogged team. That's a dogged team. Yeah. Because if you look at it and you compare, I mean, it's easy to get in your Isak or your Wilson because those 2 games they're going to be high scoring games, right? So no team is ready to defend in any of those 2 games. So it'll be better if you have a Newcastle because Leeds, yes, Allardyce has come in, but trust me, they are not going to be keeping clean sheets until the end of the season. So that's just about it. I think that go for your Isak or go for your Wilson. It's a coin toss. A farmer and faso de and your wakasa ojejireje.
Okay, so that is it. But then, okay, sorry. That makes a very key point for us as managers. So the very key point for us as managers is that now differentials are very important. People have sold their Kane, people have sold their Saka and co. Sometimes that is the time to now keep them. Remember very well around game 22 or so, everybody was saying people should sell Martinelli, and then I said no, I won't sell him for another one because I had other 2, so I'll keep him. And then Martinelli hit that hat trick, and that was what gave me those points. So sometimes when they are saying sell, don't sell, keep him because he might do the job for you when you don't least expect as well. But Charlie Martin is saying Mrs. Marlvin. So Rowland, Marlvin, wherever you are, Charlie, we are reminding you, guys want to see before the season ends. At least we're very happy when you were around during the prize show as well. But Charlie, all the best as well. So any key points, Rowland, before we end? Any last thing? Any other thing? AK stuff.
No,
Rowland,
I think that our top managers towards the end of the season always trust your guts. Everyone has what he wants to, yes, play your way, play your style. Don't go in for players because someone has recommended them to you. If you are feeling strongly to go for an outsider, do it. That's what the game is about. Take risks, and when they pay off, they become even more enjoyable. So go ahead and enjoy yourself. We wish that everyone gets above 100 points this game week. So that's it from me.
Okay, so all the best to managers. Subscribe to the channel, view it as well, and like it as well, share with others as well. And we are glad to be back. Next week, we'll surely be back at 7 p.m. GMT. And we are back, for good. We are even preparing for next season shows as well, and pre-season as well. We are back, and we are ready to conquer and move on very hard. So, socially, managers, thank you very much for the confidence you have had in us all through till now. And we shall meet going next. As Rowland said, 100 points for everybody. 100 points, 100 points, 100 points for everybody. When the show here will meet God willing next week as well then. Bye, managers. Bye.
All right, guys. Yeah.